As a man moves into his twilight years, there is an ever-burning need to impart his knowledge to others. For me, this time is now. I have lived for more years than I care to recall in this world of Cain. Witnessed firsthand triumphs and atrocities that will undoubtedly be rewritten once the war ends. Now I can't say that with my age that facts won't be lost, or that the tales won't have bias. I can only convey truth as I understand it. My story begins before my birth. It begins on the western half of Immoren and the Corvus treaties that lead to the creation of 4 human-controlled nation-states, collectively known as the Iron Kingdoms. They are Kador, Signar, Ord, and Lael. There will be a debate for some about how these nations came to label themselves as the Iron Kingdoms. For me, it was Kador in its northern tundra creating the steam engine. For others, it will be Signar, who transformed the steam engine technology into the creation of the first warjack, which redefined war for time eternal. What cannot be debated is that with the proliferation of the warjack technology, so too did an unnatural need for natural resources. The treaties that created these nations would be shattered as imperialistic Kador nations sought these resources that were in abundance in Signar. Kador did not have the advanced ballistics and engineering that the Signar engineers so craftily created. Instead, it created warjacks of sheer mass. Under King Ruslan Vigor, the Kadorian army annexed much of Lael and forced Ord into neutrality as it focused its attention on Signar, who Vigor believed to have stolen lands from Kador during the Corvus treaties. Signar most likely would have confronted Kador and perhaps helped to keep Lael more intact, but was recovering from a religious civil war between the Moroans and the Menites. While the prevailing Moroans ended the conflict by killing the head of the Menite leadership, a treaty was struck and the nation known as the Protectorate of Menoth was born. Originally a colony of Signar, the Protectorate has recently gathered military might and has declared itself as an independent nation. Those zealous Menites, worshippers of the Creator of man, are not to be trifled with. Their end game is to claim all of Immoren in the name of Menoth. While the nation does not rely on the immense behemoth warjacks of Kador or the advanced technology warjacks of Signar, Signar has been unable to reclaim their colony due to the simple fact that the entire nation is willing to take up arms, and it is in that collective synergy that the Protectorate maintains its prowess on the battlefield. Menoth currently is at war with both Signar and Kador. As benevolently pompous Signar is with their arcane and warjack might, you have to wonder how such a nation can continue to repel advances from every direction, including the sea where the necromantic worshippers of Toruk, the father of all dragons, lead their legion of pirates, undead, bone, and helljacks in invasion after invasion across the coastal ports of Immoren in the name of Crix, the nation of rule. The Dwarven folk live to the north, and while they have remained largely neutral in the war between Kador and Signar, they tend to appreciate Signar more as they have to constantly keep a watch of their border next to Kador. Lots of factions at war, each desiring more or less the same thing: absolute control of Immoren. It's no wonder how mercenary armies started to breed like flies. There are no good sides, no bad sides. Secretly, I wish that they destroy themselves, for then there will be retribution. I am an elf of Eos, and I have no illusions that my people's time on this world is short. However, we stand ready with our own machinations of death. Arbor Middens, lacking steam engines and running completely on magic, is our last chance to save our god and perhaps save ourselves. The retribution of Syra cannot help but be a piece of the great war machine.